Sleepy's reminds you that daylight savings time ends this weekend. Turn your clocks back and enjoy an extra hour of sleep. Sleepy's, the only mattress professionals.
Fashion.
I've absolutely worn clothing to cover up problem areas or trick you, camouflage areas that were problematic. The results that I desired from Coolsculpting, I could feel more comfortable in my own body, that I would look better in clothing, that I wouldn't have to necessarily camouflage my flaws anymore.
You know, getting rid of certain pockets of fat, like love handles, can be tougher for some people, as diet and exercise can have little effect in those hard-to-reach areas.
Right, but now you actually have the option to freeze the fat away. Here to tell us more about Coolsculpting is Dr. Scott Gerrish from Gerrish Associates Medspa. Dr. Scott, thank you so much for coming in today.
Thank you for having me.
So what is Coolsculpting?
Coolsculpting is a non-invasive treatment that allows us to freeze the fat cells and cause a reduction or body contouring in very specific areas.
Okay, now can you tell us who is the ideal candidate? I've seen lots of moms on TV say that that hard-to-reach pouch after they have a baby is great for Coolsculpting. Can you tell us a little more about your ideal candidate?
Yeah, ideal candidates are going to be people who diet, exercise, but no matter what they do, they can't get rid of this small bulge pouch, or if they're very, very busy and they'd like to have good intentions to diet and exercise, but they have this bulge that won't go away, they're the ideal candidate. In addition to, it's non-surgical. So you can go do the procedure, go back to work, you don't have to take time off.
Okay, I don't understand that. Sorry, I'm not a doctor. I've seen the bulges, I've had the bulges. How does it work? How does this process actually work? What happens?
So fat cells are very, very susceptible to cold. And so we have a very unique applicator that goes onto the body.
And you have an animation that you brought along with you that shows
yes,
that.
we do. We can show that animation now.
Okay, and tell me what happens now.
So on this animation, here are the fat cells. And since the contents of the fat cells of the lipids are very sensitive to the cold, they're affected. The fat cells will die in 2 to 3 days, and then with the natural process of the body, it will absorb the dead fat cells, and you'll see a very slow reduction in that fat over time. So on the FDA cleared indications or areas, the stomach, love handles, thighs, and now, as of a month ago, the double chin, we can cause some significant reductions in those areas.
And what are the long-term effects or results of this? So you go in, you get the treatment, you said the downtime is little to none.
Right.
What about a year, 2 years from when you've had the surgery? I'm sorry, the procedure.
As long as your weight is stable, you know, your results are going to be long-term. It doesn't make you superhuman, so you can't go and eat whatever you want and that area is going to stay the same. But long-term results, the fat cells are dead, they're gone.
And I read somewhere that researchers actually discovered that freezing fat helps to, flush it out of your system from children eating popsicles. Tell me about that.
Yeah, so they had children who were eating popsicles one after the other, and it actually caused dimples in their cheeks. And so that was probably the telltale of fat cells are very susceptible to cold.
I wonder if that can still happen. I want to start hitting those things because chicks love the dimples. I like that. Now you mentioned a double chin. How about that turkey neck? We're coming into the season. Can you get rid? I think you have pictures of someone who's actually been through this Coolsculpting with the turkey neck.
Yeah, absolutely we do. And it was a month ago that it got FDA cleared. And this is an area that typically was only surgical to get these types of results. So this new applicator, through 1 or 2 treatments, can create some significant results.
That is amazing. Now, most people, they feel like there's nothing they can do. So you basically put this Coolsculpting under their neck, and in 12 weeks, she looks about 15 years younger from this picture.
Absolutely. So the treatment takes an hour, and the patient's very comfortable. We take the treatment off, you go back to work, and then slowly over the next couple months, we see more and more of a reduction in that area.
And that can't happen with real turkeys, just people, right?
Yeah.
Just people.
Okay,
I'm sure the phone is going to be ringing. People want to get spruced up.
Where can people go to get some
season,
ideas and help to get
so
this?
Coolsculpting.com has all the information on FDA clearances and how they can learn how the treatment works.
Oh, it's brilliant.
Well, thank you so much.
Thank
now,
you.
from Coolsculpting to relaxing spa treatments, Megan Mooney is in Tyson's Corner, where pumpkin-themed facials are all the rage. Well, Megan, she's going to tell us a little bit more about that coming up.
Excellent. And of course, is your stomach howling later on in the show? Massa 14's executive chef was going to be here stirring up some pumpkin soup that will carve into your Halloween cravings.